game should I play to cure my boredom? Skyrim? Maybe some other day. No. I mean, might as well try it out. XDEFIANT is a Ubisoft original that has recently been released to the public, and it has been getting quite some hype. But is this hype all for nothing, or is this game really different from other shooters? To answer this question, I have made 4 pillars of the most important things in an FPS game. These 4 have to be good for an arcade shooter like XDEFIANT to be enjoyable, and in order to be different from other games, there has to be something big that differentiates XDEFIANT from its rivals. First, let's talk about gameplay. I have to say it is surprisingly good. One thing an FPS game should be is fast-paced and full of action, and XDEFIANT succeeds with that. Of course, it is not like the finals, where maps have huge skyscrapers and everything can be blown up. But it has its own ways to make the gameplay fun. First, the movement in the game is quick, which already helps a ton with making it a fast-paced, blood-pumping game. There's the usual movement like sprinting, sliding and crouching. Nothing special there. But what I think makes this game special for me is how it feels. Because you see, with games like the finals and Fortnite, the problem is that they are too competitive. For the longest time I have been looking for a casual FPS experience, and I think XDEFIANT provides me that. It is fast-paced, gets my blood pumping and makes me hyped up, but also doesn't feel too competitive. If I feel like I want to play something casual, but also shoot a bunch of people, then this is a great choice. As even if I lose, I won't literally break my table from anger. Overall, I'd say that XDEFIANT's gameplay is great, as it is everything an FPS game should be, while not being too competitive. Moving on from gameplay, it's time to talk about something that separates this game from others much more than it being casual, and those are the factions. Like any other class-based shooter, like for example Valorant, XDEFIANT has its own special factions that differentiate it from other games. As of recording this, there are 5 classes to choose from. Another one actually got added while editing this video. I will quickly explain them all, including their abilities.
Yo, you wanna see something cool? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
First, we have Libertad. Inspired by the rebels from Far Cry 6, the Libertad specialize in medical abilities and are capable of healing you and your teammates throughout a match. Their abilities are Espíritu de Libertad, El Remedio, Bio Vida Boost and Remedico Supremo, which are all just healing abilities. Next, a bit more interesting this time, we have Phantoms. Phantoms are from Ghost Recon, and with their defensive abilities, this class is perfect for keeping control of an objective. Their abilities are Blitz Shield, which is just a riot shield, Hardened, which increases base health, Mag Barrier, which is like a shield on ground, and Aegis, which is a big shield all around your character. Next up, we have Echelon class. This is the stealth class of XDEFIANT, and it is perfect for sneaking up on enemies to deal some great damage. Echelon's abilities include being able to remove yourself from minimaps, a suit for going almost fully invisible, an intel suit and sonar goggles to give away enemies' locations. It is also from another Ubisoft series, which is Splinter Cell. Next, we have the Cleaners. As their name says, they are here to keep everything spotless. But instead of vacuum cleaners, they clean with fire, which is the main ability of this class. Cleaners have fire bombs, incinerator drones, ammo that puts people to flames, and even a whole flamethrower when everything else isn't enough. Cleaners are from the Division games and are quite powerful. Last but not least is the DedSec class. It is inspired by Watch Dogs 2 and is the hacking class of XDEFIANT. They can do some weird things like duplicate devices that have been deployed, hijack enemy abilities, disable enemies' HUDs, and most annoying of them all, the Spider Bot. The Spider Bot is a device that will target and stun enemies by jumping on their faces. I have already had a good amount of experience with them, and I must say, they're a pain in the. Now though, I've told you everything about the factions of XDEFIANT, what abilities they use and what they are best for. But the question still stands, are XDEFIANT's factions special in any way? Well, yes, because they are Ubisoft's own made, and even though every other class-based shooter has similar classes, I have not yet seen a hacker class in such game. If I'm being honest though, then the other classes kind of seem like what other games have. Like the shields and heals or grenades. But overall, the factions indeed are special, so that's a point for XDEFIANT. Moving on, it's time to talk about the big guns. Literally. Like in every other shooter, XDEFIANT has a large array of guns. From assault rifles, to SMGs, to snipers, and so on. On my first couple hours of playing, I've been experimenting with different kinds of ARs. Okay, that's a lie, I have only tried the M16A4 and the M4A1, but that doesn't matter. What I was trying to say is that I'm an AR person, and so that is what I have been maining. The guns are like in most other games. They look the same, partially due to them being from real life, but I do think the gunplay is better than some other games. The guns actually feel different from one another. Since I have tried other guns for this video's sake, I can safely say that. LMGs, for example, feel pretty slow, while ARs feel much faster. And as the big YouTubers say, the gunplay is responsive and also satisfying. Really not much to say about it. One thing I don't like though are the sound effects. They are good, but the guns sound very similar to each other. A small detail I noticed though is that some guns smoke while shooting and after emptying a whole mag. I haven't noticed this in any other game, so that's pretty cool. That's not all with the guns though, as you can also customize them. There are quite a good amount of different parts you can put on a gun to improve it, though you have to grind levels to get them all. Which is fair, I guess. There are also skins and mastery skins. Mastery, what the hell? Which you only unlock when you get to some crazy high levels, like 100 and 200. Overall, the customization is pretty good. It's nice and simple, yet very important in order to make the guns feel how you like and improve them. And really, I rather like the guns in XDEFIANT. They are a lot of fun to play with. Last, but definitely not least, it's time I talk about game modes. There are 6 game modes in XDEFIANT. They are Escort, Zone Control, Domination, Occupy, Hotshot and Team Deathmatch. While making this video, they also decided to add Capture the Flag. Some of these I probably don't need to explain, but one that I, for example, didn't know is Hotshot, which, if you've played the finals, is kind of like the coin grab game mode. But instead of coins, you have to kill enemies to get tags from them, and then keep those tags by staying alive. The other game modes are pretty simple, but they all are already in other games, including Hotshot. So I believe it's safe to say that this is one point where XDEFIANT isn't special. But it doesn't mean the game modes are bad. They are all really good fun. The action never ends in the 10 minutes of gameplay, and it's always so chaotic, which I love. Before I summarize this video up, I'd also quickly like to mention that the visuals and maps of XDEFIANT are really well done. The game looks pretty and the maps as well. There are so many small details, big ones too, and all the maps are special in their own way. I like how Ubisoft took some areas from their other games and implemented them into XDEFIANT. I must say, they really killed it with the map development. But now, it's finally time to answer the big question. Is XDEFIANT different from other games, and is it worth playing? The answer is... yes! Hooray! I believe this game is different. It doesn't feel like other games, and is a lot more enjoyable than my last shoot for a gamer experiences. It's got everything an FPS game needs. Fast-paced action, satisfying combat, a big variety of customizable guns, some cool factions, and so on. I think I will keep playing it for some time, but for now, that is all. I hope I answered your questions about XDEFIANT, and if you want to play it yourself, then the link for it is in the description. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.